Janice, are you there?
At your service, sir.
Give me that Halle Berry foolishness.
Will do, sir.
Of those stereotypes. You look a certain way, you have to feel a certain way. No, that's not true. I'm my best self now that I reached 56 years old. I have the most to offer.
Post-war Halle Berry says she is her best self at 56 years old after facing menopause. Welcome to Management Highlights Daily. Halle Berry, Halle Berry, Halle Berry. She will always be a beautiful woman. At 56, she looks great for a 56-year-old woman. Just keeping it real. She'll turn 57 on Monday. Age is not just a number, and what she says in her interview with Women's Health magazine is exactly why 1 in 4 women are antidepressants, especially the ones between 25 and 44 years old. The truth, reality, has something to do with this. Let's talk about it. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we men, ain't we? We men, ain't we?
The important thing about owning your sexuality as a woman is accepting the station you're at, and embracing that. And I say that because I'm down the path of life and I'm smack dab in the middle of menopause. And I am challenging everything I thought I knew about menopause. Like, your life is over. You are disposable. Society no longer has a place for you. You should retire. You should pack it up. I'm challenging all of those stereotypes. You look a certain way. You have to feel a certain way. No, that's not true. I'm my best self now that I reached 56 years old. I have the most to offer. I have zero blanks to give anymore, right? I'm solidly in my womanhood. I'm solidly in who I am and what I have to offer and what I have to say. I finally realized it's valuable, even if no one else agrees. It's my point of view, and I have a right to have it. So
this is the problem right here. Believe whatever you want, even if no one else agrees. This mentality promotes closed-mindedness. Why do you think people are canceled for having an alternative perspective? Because the state of delusion is what is applauded in modern Western society. Halle Berry saying she is her best self at 56 undermines her own looks and her ability to still be incredibly stunning on screen. If Michael Jordan was his best self at 56, he would have made a third comeback. Michael Jordan is often considered one of the greatest, if not the greatest, players to have ever graced the game of basketball. However, even he couldn't ultimately overcome the effects of father time on his performance. This is life, fellas. That's reality. Let's take it a step further.
That's what I say. Own wherever you are. That's where I'm at. If you're in your 20s, own that. Own the era of exploration. Earn the era of real curiosity. Earn the era of trying to figure out who you are. Take your time and figure yourself out. You don't have to be rushed. You don't have to be forced. It's not a race. If you're in your mid-30s, don't be bogged down by you have to have children by a certain age. You decide when you want to have children. And by the way, if you want to have children.
This is not financial advice, but antidepressants are definitely going up in stock. Not only do women not have the time to just do what they want because their biological clock is ticking, but their actions can have serious consequences for the things they would like to do in the future. Women end up sabotaging their own goals by behaving in ways that are clearly contrary to what they really want. Check this out.
There aren't women in their 30s in the nightlife. It's girls in their 20s. Their lifestyles are very similar. Fast paced, always on the move, and they're not looking to settle down. They're still enjoying life.
We'll put the link to the full video on the screen. It's mind-boggling how they get caught up in this messy approach that messes everything up. In their 20s, they waste their prime partying, riding the hot dog carousel, and at 30, they wonder where all the men have gone. There are literally videos of women asking why men are not at parties or not approaching them at parties. It gets harder after 24, not better. 45% single and childless women in 2030 are women between 25 and 44. This ridiculous behavior is influenced by people like Halle Berry, the media, and the sisterhood, who make them think they deserve the world. They can have it all. But these misguided ideas linger until they collide with the cold, hard truth of reality. Check this out.
Do you want to know one of the saddest realizations I recently had? Was that as a liberal woman, it is really hard to find a man who is willing to play the more traditional masculine role in the relationship in today's day and age, who is not a conservative. A man who wants to pay on the first date, who wants to open your door, who has that want and desire to take care of you and to provide, who is not a conservative. And obviously, as a liberal woman, I do want to be respected for my independence. And I do want to have my own autonomy in the relationship and not be confined or conform to the traditional female homemaker, childbearing role. And most of the men that I've dated who do have that more natural provider masculinity about them are normally conservative. So I don't really know what to do because I don't want to compromise my morals and values just to find a man. But am I asking to have my cake and eat it too?
This is reality. They can try to avoid reality, but the consequences of that avoidance will catch up to them regardless. This part is gold. All of these men want to split the bill on the first date. What? Remember what Halle Berry said?
I have to say, I finally realized it's valuable, even if no one else agrees. It's my point of view, and I have a right to have it. So
this is men disagreeing with your point of view. Women refuse to take men's preferences into account. Men in general prefer younger women. Listen. Men in general prefer feminine women. Listen. If women keep acting like men, men are going to treat them like men. Who killed romantic chivalry? It's not men. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. And it's depressing. That's why you have these women on TikTok crying in the car because they've been lied to. Halle Berry should tell these women that there are trade-offs. At 56, life isn't finished. It's just taking a different path, and I adjust accordingly.
Also in this active life, because we have to sort of, we have to get rid of these taboos. Women have been suffering since the beginning of time. 1 million women a year go into menopause. $1.8 billion is lost in wages because women can't go to work. So it's like, this is a real issue, And I'll say this too, I love every man in this room, but if men suffered from menopause, this would have been figured out a long time ago. And it's true.
Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.